Your children do not only inherit what you fund, they inherit what you normalize. The holiday you built for them also shows them the man you allowed yourself to become. This is Iron Suits, where strength wears a crown. I am Marwan Killu. The premise today is simple. A holiday does not lower a man's standards. It reveals which standards were only being held up by pressure. And if your immediate response is, I paid for the holiday, that should be enough, this one is probably going to piss you off. And good, because that sentence is exactly where the episode starts. And I'm going to say he for a while, not you, not to let you off, but to stop you arguing too early. Because the moment I say you, the defense file opens. When I say he, you can watch the man clearly. And somewhere in the watching, you'll know whether I'm talking about you. This is not an argument against rest. A man who works hard should rest. A man who leads a serious life should switch off. But switching off is not the same as switching standards off. And that difference is where most men lose themselves. He built the holiday, not casually, not by accident, the way he builds everything, with attention, with investment, with the particular competence of a man who understands that the difference between a good experience and a premium one is the quality of the decisions made before it starts. The flights were booked correctly, not the cheapest option, not the most convenient departure time, the right option for the family, a configuration that makes the travel part of the holiday rather than a tax on it. The villa was chosen the way he chooses everything at this level. Researched, compared, specified. Pool facing the right direction, enough space, the right proximity to town, to the restaurants, to the activities. He looked at 8 options before he confirmed the booking. He knew what he was looking for and he found it. The restaurants were already on the list before they landed. The car was arranged. The logistics were managed the way a man manages logistics when logistics are his native language. Quietly, in advance, without drama, so that the family experience is frictionless, and frictionlessness looks effortless because he made it so. He built the holiday. He provided the chairs. He was not the man he used to be when he sat in one. He sits down. The chair takes his weight differently now. Not dramatically, not enough for anyone to notice, just enough for him to notice. A small adjustment of the waistband, the quiet shift of the t-shirt, the private negotiation between the body he brought and the body he wishes had arrived. And he feels it, both things simultaneously. Villa, morning. The terrace is warm already. The kind of warmth that arrives before breakfast in this part of the world, in this part of summer. The kids are in the pool or near it. His wife is somewhere, getting coffee, reading, moving through the morning with the particular ease of a woman who knows the logistics are handled and can simply be present in the place that was created for her. He sits down and he feels it, both things simultaneously. The way adults feel complicated things simultaneously without needing to name them to experience them. Pride, this is real. He built this. The villa, the pool, the morning, the life that makes this a normal July rather than an exceptional one. He built it through years of decisions that other men were not willing to make, through sacrifice and discipline, and the particular kind of sustained effort that compounds over time. The pride is real, and underneath it, quieter, not announced, disconnection. Not from the family. He's present. He is here. He's not distracted or distant in a way a man is distracted when he is somewhere he does not want to be. He is in the villa, on the terrace, in the summer, in the life he built. He is present in location. But the version of him that arrived here is softer, lower energy, more negotiable, less anchored. The version that exists on a Wednesday in November when the quarter is pressuring him and the team needs decision and the problem requires precision. That version did not come on holiday. A different version came. A version that is looser about the morning, easier about the food, less structured, more willing to let the day start without an anchor, to let the standards wait until conditions are less pleasant, to let comfort run the schedule rather than discipline run the comfort. He tells himself this is what switching off looks like. It's 1 week. It's 1 week. I work hard all year. The kids are happy. My wife is relaxed. Nobody cares. This is what holidays are for. And for a moment, all of that sounds reasonable. He is not switching off. He is disappearing. His kids are not listening to his standards. They are watching which ones survive comfort. This is the thing he has not fully considered. Not because he's not a thoughtful father, he is. He thinks about his children. He thinks about what he wants for them, what he is building for them, what kind of life and what kind of opportunities the work is supposed to produce. He thinks about their futures the way a man who makes decisions at his level think about futures. Seriously, with genuine consideration, with the intention to get it right. But intention is upstream. Downstream is the terrace. Downstream is the breakfast table. Downstream is the morning when the standard that holds in November is absent in July. And the children are in the room and the children are watching, not critically, not consciously, not with any understanding that they are receiving information. They are just watching the way children watch everything. They are calibrating normal. One day, his son may not remember the exact villa. He may not remember the restaurant names. He may not remember which car they hired. But something in him will know what dad became when comfort had no resistance. This is not judgment. Children do not judge their parents in the moments that matter most. They absorb. They take the data of what they observe and integrate it into the model. Rather, they take the data of what they observe and integrate it into their model of how the world works and how adults behave, what men do when no one's requiring anything of them, what comfort looks like in practice, what the standard actually is when it is not being performed. He teaches the children many things. At the breakfast table on the seventh morning of the holiday, he taught them something without speaking a word. He taught them what dad does when the structure's gone. The buffet or the terrace breakfast, whichever it is, he is there. The food is there. The family is there. The ambient permission of a holiday morning is there. The sense that this does not count, that this is the holiday version, that the body is on holiday too, and the standard takes summers off. His kids were watching. Not the plate specifically, not counting anything, not performing a verdict, just watching dad move through the morning, watching what dad chose, watching what dad did when the day started, without a framework, watching what the man at the head of the family does when comfort is the only instruction. Our father teaches more at breakfast than he does in lectures. And the lesson at the breakfast table is delivered whether he intends to teach it or not. He built the holiday for them, then handed them a softer version of himself inside it. Now, the provider shield. Because this is where the conversation becomes uncomfortable in a specific way that is different from the suit or the watch or the mirror. The suit and the watch are about what the professional world reads. This is about what his family receives. And he has a defense available that the other episodes do not offer him. I built this for them. He did. That is true. The defense is not wrong. He worked, he sacrificed, he made the decisions that funded the villa and the flights and the restaurants and the life that makes the summer possible. All of that is real, and none of it is diminished by this conversation. But I built this for them does not convey what they receive inside it. He provided the setting. The setting was premium, but the setting was not the only thing he gave them. He gave them himself inside the setting. He gave them the version of himself that arrived at the villa, the softer, lower standards, more managed, more negotiable version, and that version was also part of the gift. He did not plan to give them that version, but planning is upstream. Downstream is the terrace. Provision is not presence. He has been confusing them. Not because he is absent, he is physically there, engaged, involved. But presence is not only location. It is the standard the man brings to the room. It is who he is when the environment stops requiring him to be his best version and starts permitting him to be a lesser one. He funded the setting, he lowered the signal inside it. Here's what the children absorb: not the speech on the drive home about working hard and having standards and not letting yourself go, not the conversation in the car about what it means to maintain yourself through a difficult season, not the values he talks about and genuinely believes. What they absorb is the data. Dad's plate at breakfast, dad's posture at the pool, dad's energy in the afternoon, dad's willingness to anchor the morning or let it drift, dad's relationship with his own comfort, dad's body as evidence of his private standard. These are not conscious evaluations. They are environmental absorptions. The child does not think, I notice that my father's standard has drifted and I'm updating my model of what discipline looks like accordingly. The child just grows up knowing what normal feels like in their family. And normal is not what dad said. Normal is what dad did. He worked to give them a better life, then modeled a lower standard inside it. And listen, I know how this sounds. It sounds like I'm saying a man can't enjoy a holiday. Like every breakfast needs to be measured. Every morning needs to be militarized. Every episode moment, even every poolside moment needs to become another performance review. That's not what I'm saying. A man who works hard should enjoy what he built. He should sit down. He should breathe. He should let his family feel the ease he created. But there's a difference between enjoying the life and dissolving inside it. There's a difference between rest and surrender. And most men know exactly which one they chose. He does deserve a rest. This needs to be said. Because the conversation is not that he does not deserve rest. Not that the holidays are wrong. Not that a man who works at his level should arrive in July still running at November intensity. That's not the argument. The argument is between switching off and disappearing. Switching off is intentional. It is the deliberate reduction of professional demands so that the man can restore physically, mentally, in the ways that make him more capable of the next phase. Switching off looks like a man who is less busy, but still himself, still anchored, still the person his family knows when he is at his best, just without the work. Disappearing is different. Disappearing is when the switch off extends to the standards. When I'm on holiday becomes a jurisdiction where the man who exists in November is formally absent and a different man, lower energy, softer, more negotiable, less decided, is in residence instead. He has been disappearing, not resting, disappearing. And the family got both gifts, the villa and the man who dissolved inside it. The father version provided the holiday. The holiday version disappeared inside it. And the children watched both, not with judgment, with the particular patient, comprehensive attention that children give to the person they are trying to understand. He built a life for them. They are inheriting both parts of it. He built the holiday. He funded the ease. He gave them the week. But children do not only remember what dad arranged, they remember what dad became when nothing was demanding more of him. This is Iron Suits. I am Marwan Killu. If this landed, share it with another leader who built the life and forgot he still had to bring the man. Subscribe to the show. Follow me on my socials. The next episode is already waiting, and your family does not only inherit what you fund,